with Roger Bramble today in outside Springfield, Missouri. We're doing a run-up of his 750 with the Viking 130. And then tomorrow, or Sunday, we'll be flying it. Today is Friday, and then tomorrow is the Zenith get-together, Saturday, and then Sunday we're going to fly this airplane. This airplane had a Corvair engine in it before. Now it has the Viking 130.
Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Roger Grable, Springfield, Missouri.
And
CH-750 with this nice Viking engine. Runs pretty well.
today was a big day.
Yep. It's the first flight with the Viking. And did very well. It's a little powerhouse, very reliable, quiet, responsive. It's a far better combination than I am a pilot. So I've got to work on that.
But how hard was it to put it into your plane?
It was harder to get the Corvair off than it was to put the Viking on it.
Okay. But now, I mean, I went up and flew it today, and it jumped off the ground and it does everything it's supposed to.
Yep.
So you did an excellent installation.
Very pleased with it. Very pleased. It does everything, and actually more than anticipated.
Show me what you got inside your plane.
It's a hybrid system with the Viking view.
Oh, this is so you built this whole airplane, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There's 8,000 rivets and 2 pints of blood.
Okay.
I got Dynon Skyview system was the original system. We changed it to accommodate the Viking engine. It's much simpler. We retained part of the Dynon features and kept the original circuit breaker panels. Kept the radio systems, sound systems, and had to add some additional fuses. Retained the simple start system that I had on the Corvair, but there's no carburetor heat and no mixture controls with this combination.
Okay.
Turn the fuel on, push the button, and go. And the Viking view was very simple to install. We retained, we put the heater assembly in and got this nice great big switch for a 2-position heater.
Okay, so a little fan on the heat exchanger.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 fans. So I think it's going to work perfectly.
Other than that, you did took a little extra time and did a nice fuel system. You see, you've got braided hoses for your fuel, some shutoff valves for maintenance, I take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't see the other part, but there's the 2 reservoirs are in the back with the pumps, and they're vented to the outside so you can vent any air accumulation that gets in them.
Yeah, and that's something that was. Tell us about that. You, as you said, you retrofitted to the Viking, so you ended up putting in or Viking header tanks, which had the pumps built into them.
Right.
And normally those are vented kind of back to the tank, but once you got the plane built, that's not so easy.
Well, you have to take the wings off and do a complete rebuild of the fuel structure to make it vent the pumps back to the tanks. What I've done is I've looked at the philosophical viewpoint of that the tanks, the Viking pumps and the tank systems are part of the gravity feed system.
So once it's full, it's full.
It's full.
Right.
But just because you're never sure, I've got a vent system built into the Viking fuel system, so they can vent any air off it and verify it. It's part of the pre-flight.
More like a bleed system.
It's a bleed system.
Yeah, and we take a quick look at that. Basically, the way I understand it, you explain it to me. You've got the tanks up in the back here, and then you have a drain on each of those tanks. And basically, you can just pop this, and that tells you that the tank has no air in it, because that line is that drain is hooked up to a 1/4-inch braided hose, which goes to the top of each of those 2 tanks.
That's correct.
And so far, we've found that that's working perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations with the new engine, and enjoy your plane.
I'll just have to get my flying skills back up again now to get flying again.
Yeah, and it sounds like you got that under control too. You're
Yep.
going to see an instructor and just to get some refreshment.
Get some recurrent flight time.
Recurrent time.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And here's the airplane in its new hangar.